Okay, we're back and I have fixed my sound. Hold on a second. Here we go. There was an issue with my Bluetooth uh, Xbox wireless headset, and then I had to reset my Xbox wireless headset. But now all is good. All is good. All is good. Okay, I'm back like I told you I would be back. Okay, so ultra wide. Some of you certainly ask these questions. I do see those questions. I do see it. Uh, but you're probably wondering, well, how come you don't reply if you see those questions? Because I would rather reply here on a live stream, so that way you can hear from me exactly what my opinion is. And the questions that you guys are always asking, what's better, ultra wide or virtual reality? They're both good, but they're both very different. That's what you guys need to understand. That they're both good, but they're both very different, and they all have different purpose. For example, VR purpose is to immerse you inside that digital reality, whatever that digital reality is. In this case, flight simulator from Microsoft, Asobo. Like earlier today when I was flying from Miami to Atlanta, it really felt like I was flying. Um, and VR will do that for you. VR will certainly give you that immersion. Ultra wide, think of ultra wide as like you are sitting in front of a cockpit and there's a window, of course. In front of a cockpit, there's a window. And think of this window that surrounds your cockpit as an ultra wide. So that's what ultra wide does for pilots when they are using Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, you have to sit close to your 50-inch ultra wide in order for that effect to take the effect. It's like a window. That's why a lot of them you see zoom in because they have these instruments and components and instruments already installed onto their cockpit, and you see them zoom in with the ultra wide. So that way they can have that window, like the pilots do have the window in the cockpit. So think of the ultra wide as like a window in a cockpit. When you're sitting in a cockpit, there's instruments, right? There's the yoke, there's instruments above, and then you have a window. And this window, it's kind of curved, surrounds you, right? And think of that curved window as your ultra wide 50-inch. So that's what ultra wide essentially does for you. So I hope this analogy helps you out, like understand, you know. I'm not really good at explaining things, honestly. Like I try my best to explain to people, but um, like I said, VR, it's the most immersive. Ultra wide is the window to your cockpit, especially if you're building a cockpit, if you're building like a flight simulator, like a mini cockpit or something, and you have the yokes, those very expensive yokes and instruments and everything. Sure, you are really going to enjoy the ultra wide. So they're both good, but they're both different, serving different purpose. One, it's the most immersive. The other one, it's uh, a window to your cockpit. So you feel like you're inside a cockpit in your own home. Okay? It's kind of like that. All right, so what are we going to fly with? Should we try this Boeing 737 again? Should we? Huh? Okay, wait a minute. Where's LAX? Oh, there it is. Am I blind? There's, yeah, LAX right here. And where are we going? Well, we're going to Denver. Dude, I feel like I'm blind. I think I'm blind. All right, here we go. This will be interesting for you guys to watch this in an ultra wide. You have to remember, in Los Angeles, it's 7:28 p.m. So it's a sunset. Okay, there's something missing here. My name needs to be on this. I need to change this. My name needs to be on this. Hold on. That's okay. I don't have time. I don't have time right now. I can do that later. Look at these graphics, huh? Okay. Well, hello there, my lovely co-pilot. So first thing first, we need to turn on the engine, and then of course adjust the lights. Make sure the lights are bright. That's right. Make sure it's very bright. See over here. Sure it's bright. There you go. There you go. Now the floodlight. The floodlight. Uh, it's already there. It's already bright. Okay. I think everything's bright. I think we're good. think we're looking good here. Let's turn on the lights. Okay. What's the next thing to do? Well, we need to board the passengers.
Los Angeles ground. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Let's go outside. Oh, you can't see them. Oh, I think we can still see them. We just have to. We have to go this way. There they are. Nice detail. Really nice. Really nice. Nicely detailed. I have to say. Well, hello there. This looks good. It looks better than I expected. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Of course, on a PC, the graphics are better, of course. Everything looks better, especially on a ultra wide. Okay. All right, we need a pushback. That's right, that's what we need. We need a pushback. Pushback. Also, let's adjust the altitude. – 18,000 feet. All right. I need a pushback.
Los Angeles ground, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414, requesting pushback.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Pushback request accepted. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Your request has been transmitted to the operator.
This will be a long pushback because I have to look. I have to turn around. Now I have to turn to the right. Let me double check my settings. It's maybe too much. Too much for my computer to handle. Hold on. No, I think we're good. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. This is a smart pushback. Very smart pushback. Come on. You are a smart pushback. Come on, man. You're supposed to be a smart pushback. Remember, you're a smart pushback. There you go. See? You got this. You're a smart pushback. What the hell? What kind of a pushback is this? Seriously, dude? What? Hold on a second. There we go. That's better. What the hell? What kind of a pushback? Yo, this is the worst. Look what you did to my co-pilot. This is the worst. This is the worst pushback. This is the worst pushback ever. My God. Oh Lord.
Los Angeles ground, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414, requesting pushback tug to push the aircraft straight.
Yeah, please push me straight.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Your request has been transmitted to the operator.
What's going on? Dude, dude, can you push me to the right at least? Okay, try pushing me to the right. All right. Anything.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Oh my God. Finally, huh? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I was about to say, finally. Oh, and there's something we have to do here as far as the camera zoom in. We have to fix this. The zoom in needs to be, hold on, this is a cockpit camera. It needs to be right about here. Outside, okay, it's good. There we go. That's better. Hold on, let me also check my settings. I want to make sure that it's running smooth. Deep learning, super sampling, frame rate, 120 hertz. Yes. Balanced. Let's see. Building trees, medium, 50. Ray traced shadows. No, we don't want that. Characters quality. No. Should be at medium. 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 Low. Medium. There we go. You have to remember, I'm on a gaming laptop. I'm not on a, you know, 5080 or 5090. If I was on a 5080 or 5090, okay. So it's better now. It's much better. See? It's much better. Hold on. Can we put this on a performance? On a deep learning super sampling? Why not? Put on a performance. Okay. Keep it at 2. Uh, anisotropic filtering, keep it at 2. Volumetric clouds, ultra, keep it at high. because texture resolution certainly will slow down the performance. Volumetric clouds, I keep it at high. Uh, Trees, medium. Buildings, medium. Anisotropic filtering, anis, anisotropic water waves, medium. And what is this? Anisotropic, anisotropic filtering. I always keep it at 2. How we turn it off? How about we turn off the anisotropic filtering? I left the clouds at high. Okay, clouds at high. It's certainly better. And one more thing I want to do, let's keep it at 60 frames per second because we're not running a 120. Um, there's no way, dude. Hold on a second. Wait. The refresh rate. 60. 60 is all I need. See? Now it's much smoother. Look at that. Look at that. Smooth as butter. And that's what I want. I want smooth as a butter. That's right. My co-pilot, Ms. Lee. I need to change my call sign on the PC version to Mr. 4K because she needs to address me as Mr. 4K. You know what I mean? Is this panel too bright? Yeah, I feel like it was too bright. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Doesn't need to be super bright. Okay. See, this is much better now. All right. Well, thank you for that pushback. That was a very smart Very smart pushback. Very impressive. Very impressive and smart pushback. All right, so what's next? All the next is for us to we already did that. We already boarded the passengers. We'll need a clearance to the runway. But why aren't we getting the clearance? What's going on with the ATC?
Los Angeles ground, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414 with Golf. Request taxi for takeoff, closed traffic.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Taxi to and hold short runway 25 right. Via taxiway Charlie 9er Charlie Charlie 1 Bravo Bravo 1. Contact tower on 119.8 when ready.
Okay, we'll do. We'll contact the tower. We'll certainly do that.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Acknowledge last transmission.
Isn't that your job, my co-pilot, to acknowledge it? Beautiful LAX airport. Such a beautiful airport. Hold on.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Please acknowledge.
Hold on, I have to acknowledge.
Taxiing, hold short. short runway 25 right via taxiway Charlie 9er Charlie Charlie 1 Bravo Bravo 1. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
It's such a beautiful airport, LAX. I've been to a lot of airports. Denver is nice. JFK is just too big. It's just big. Well, Denver's big too. Um, Miami International is nice, but LAX is just beautiful. It's just the way it's designed. There goes a Alaskan airliner.
Los Angeles ground, JetBlue 2715, taxi to the gate.
JetBlue 2715. Taxi to gate 208 Quebec using taxiway Alpha, Alpha Cross runway 6 right, Alpha, Alpha Echo November Delta.
Wait, did we forget to turn the lights? Taxi lights? Huh? Did we? Oh my God, we probably did. Oh my God, we did. Forgot the taxi lights. Hold on. Where's the taxi lights? There we go. Oh, that's better. All right, we made it. We just need the clearance to take off, and we're good. All right.
Los Angeles Tower. Volaris 1717 ready for departure. Runway 25 right. IFR to Guadalajara. Volaris clear for takeoff runway 25 right. Volaris 1717.
Los Angeles Tower, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414, ready for closed traffic at runway 25 right.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414, hold short runway 25 right. Traffic is Airbus A320 on the runway.
Okay, so we have to hold short. There's another airplane over there.
Hold short runway 25 right, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
It's pretty busy. Well, LAX, it's always busy. This is what I was telling you. I know Denver's busy. I know JFK is busy, but let me tell you, LAX,
Boeing
it's
Golf Mike Alpha
always busy.
414, line up and wait.
We have to wait.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Did you hear my last transmission?
Oh my God, what's the attitude, bro?
Boeing
Yeah.
Golf Mike Alpha 414. Altimeter 29990 left, closed, traffic approved. Cleared for takeoff, runway 25 right.
All right.
1717 contact, SoCal departure on 125.2. Good day.
All right. Wow, this guy.
Cleared for takeoff runway 25 right, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
This guy on an ATC tower, man, so excited. Like, take it easy. Take it easy, brother. All right. All right, we're taking off. Here we go. Here we go. Gears up, flaps up. On my previous live stream on a PlayStation VR 2, this plane was so wobbly. But here it's not as wobbly. So definitely has to do something with the PlayStation VR 2 version. What I meant by my previous live stream is the one that I did today in the afternoon when I was flying from Miami to Atlanta. So we did 3 live streams today. Excuse me, 4. We did 4 live streams. Remember, I did one in the morning, and then I did another one in the afternoon, and then I did Call of Duty Modern Warfare at 6 o'clock, and then we're doing this one, so that's 4. 4 live streams. You see, it's wobbly. See, even here, it's wobbly. Why is wobbly? Why? What's all this wobbly nonsense, man? Why so wobbly? I don't like that it's so wobbly. I need to try 321, Airbus 321, A321. A stands for Airbus, A321. A321, I want to try tomorrow on PlayStation VR 2 because A321, it's so well optimized and it's smooth as a butter. Um, I think the version that I have, it's Ini Builds. Ini Builds, I believe it's Ini Builds that created A321. And let me tell you, A321 from Ini Builds, it's really done well. So I'll test it tomorrow. See, I don't like this wobbling. Makes me nervous. You like this whole wobbling thing? Yeah, well, neither do I. I don't like this wobbling thing any more than you do, Ms. Lee. Look at Los Angeles, city of lights. So wobbly. I don't like it. Even Ms. Lee, even Ms. Lee, even Ms. Lee doesn't like it. Ms. Lee, right? Right? What? Come on, Ms. Lee. Don't be like that. Yeah, but why it's wobbling like this? I don't like that. Makes me nervous. All right, Ms. Lee, Ms. Lee. Tonight's view, Ms. Lee. Yeah. So it's not just a PlayStation. It's not a PlayStation problem. It's not a PC problem. This is just this airplane uh, from a Sobo 737 Max. Uh, it's having this issue, this wobbling, and it's really making me nervous. All this wobbling. Let's see what what passengers have to say. I mean, what do they think about this whole wobbling thing? I know. Believe me, I don't like this whole wobbling thing either. What about you? Hey, look, I don't like it either. Okay, but we'll be okay. Okay, you're flying with the best. You're flying with Mr. 4K. So just relax, sir. You're flying with the best of the best. All right, you're nothing to worry about. Okay, I'm the best. You don't mind if I sit over here? What are you doing down there? What? What? Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. What's going on? I need to check on the cockpit. What's happening? Hey, co-pilot, co-pilot, what are you doing? co-pilot. Your job is to make sure that this plane it's flying properly. All right. I don't want to worry about, you know, are we going in a right direction or wrong direction? You're my co-pilot. You see, I depend on you. I have to be able to depend on you, Ms. Lee. And if I can't depend on you, Ms. Lee, that's not good. Okay? Hmm. Now you're probably wondering, why can't I hear the engine louder inside a cockpit? That's because there's a headphones mode that you can turn on, okay? Under your settings on the audio. Headphones mode, basically what it does, it uses the noise cancellation. So that way you can only hear the ATC and of course your captain or your co-pilot. So you can communicate. Remember, communication is the key, right? Ask any pilot and they'll tell you communication is the key. So yes, use the headphones mode on. All right, Ms. Lee, let me sit over here. I want to have a good view. Should we get the higher altitude? It's still wobbly. This planes love to wobble. Right? Right, Ms. Lee? Oh my God, it's almost midnight. Let me check on passengers. All right, Ms. Lee. Let's see if passengers are doing okay. Everybody doing okay? You all right? How come you're sitting by yourself? What happened? Don't worry about this. Just it's a wobbly airplane. You know, yeah, it's very wobbly. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, it's very wobbly. Just wobbles all the time. Very nice view outside, right? She's looking at me like, "Get away from me, you creep! I'm not gonna get away from you. I'm your captain, okay? I'm your one and only captain. That's right. You need to listen to your captain." Oh, this is oh, I'm sorry. This is a first class. Really? With the flip-flops? You have to be kidding me. You came in with the flip-flops. Oh, okay. You know, we're going to Denver. We're not going to Hawaii. I mean, but anyway, all right. Check on Ms. Lee, see how she's doing. Jesus, Ms. Lee, what are you doing? What's going on here? What's all this wobbling? Good God, Ms. Lee, what are you doing? All this wobbling. Did you see any UFOs, aliens? Nothing. I knew there was something missing. I knew it. I knew we need something. That's right. This plane, it's so wobbly. Why it's so wobbly? 20,000 feet. There you go. So what's better, VR or ultrawide? Look, they're both good, but remember, VR it's more immersive. The ultrawide, it's think of ultrawide like this. It's the windows to your cockpit. It's that's what it is. It gives you that ultra wide view. You know, that's the best way to explain it. It. This is what it is basically. It's your window to a cockpit. Okay, that's all it is. And if you're someone who's building a home cockpit, I've seen some amazing home cockpits. You don't have to necessarily use an ultralight. You can go with, three, uh, 60-inch televisions. I've seen people with three 60-inch televisions, and they create like a really amazing cockpit experience. Or you can go with, you know, um, a 50-inch television, like three 50-inch. You can buy one of those Walmart cheap, uh, you know, TCL, TCL, yeah, TCL, Walmart, 50-inch. They even have 40-inch. Um, I think 43-inch would be just fine. Like three 43-inch TCL monitors, left, center, and then right, would really make a good cockpit. But remember, your PC has to be able to handle it. So you think about that. But honestly, your best way to experience this is in the ultra wide, 32 by 9. So what do I prefer? I like both. I'm just privileged to have best of the both worlds, which is the VR and ultra wide. I like both, you know, but which one is the most immersive? Um, VR, obviously, virtual reality is the most immersive because you are inside the cockpit, you are, inside the game. So yeah, VR, of course. All right, Ms. Lee, you're doing good so far. Doing good. I just wish that this airplane would stop wobbling like this. Well, at least now I know that it's not PlayStation VR 2, that it's this airplane. It's not optimized really well. However, Airbus 321, A321, that's what the A stands for. Airbus. Airbus A321, uh, you will see tomorrow, Sunday, how smooth the experience is. Now you're probably asking me, why are you using these, you know, these commercial airliners? Well, because I already, you know, done my share of scenery flights. We've done so many scenery flights, from Germany, France, Paris, Alaska, uh, Switzerland, uh, Grand Canyon, Los Angeles. Uh, remember that one live stream where I was flying with a Bell 407, Bell 407 helicopter from Miami all the way to Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, Cape Canaveral, which is the Kennedy Space Center. That's where Kennedy Space Center is located, Cape Canaveral. So we've flown all the way from South Florida to central part of Florida, which is on the east side, on the east coast of Florida, which would be Cape Canaveral, um, Kennedy Space Center. And we've done that. We've done, that was actually pretty good because I didn't think that I was going to be able to handle that helicopter, Bell 407, so well, but I was able to find a sweet spot and I was able to handle it. And you should definitely check out that live stream. Like I said, we've flown all the way from um Miami to Kennedy Space Center at Cape Canaveral, and it was great. And you get to see Florida at night. It was so cool. So now I feel like I want to, see how the commercial airplanes are on this game and how they run on PlayStation VR 2. You know. But don't worry, I'll come back to visiting other places with my favorite Lexus flying aircraft called Joby. We'll go visit some other places. There's so many places to visit around the world. What I like about the Joby is that I can land anywhere I want to land and I can walk around the area. Hmm. Oh my God, it's so wobbly. Hmm. Is it wobbly because I'm going fast? It's still wobbling. Even though I slow down my speed, it's still wobbling. Not as much, but still wobbles. Yeah, it's too bright. Yeah, too bright. I don't like it when it's too bright like this. Yeah, that's better. I agree. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be so bright. What happened to a tablet? There used to be a tablet here. Well, there is actually in a in a PlayStation VR2 version. Took me a while to, Jesus, to remember. In in no, it's true. In a PlayStation VR2 version, the tablet was attached right over there. Here, it's not. So what's going on here? Asoba? Oh, this is way too bright. Oh, way too bright for my eyes. I gotta tell you, man, lately I've been like my memory is not like it used to be. Like I'm trying to remember certain things and I can't remember. Like just moments ago, like I was trying to remember like PlayStation VR 2. Yes, in a PlayStation VR 2 version, I had a tablet here, and there was a tablet there, but here it's not. But it took me a while to remember that it was on PlayStation VR 2. It's called getting old, guys. What about you, Miss Lee? What do you think? Oh, you remember everything? Wow, that's great. So you don't stutter like Mr. 4K. Stuttering Mr. 4K. How dare you? I'm your captain for Pete's sake. For Pete's sake, Ms. Lee, I'm your captain. Why are you so rude? Hold on, we need to make this faster so I can move the camera a little bit faster. Okay, free look speed is what I need. All right, that's better. See, I can move around a little bit faster. Hello. Wow. So this is the coach and this is the first class. Lucky you, my lady. My lady, you are in the first class. Lucky you. These poor schmucks. These poor schmucks have to be all stuck together. Yeah, very uncomfortable. Look at her. She's in a sandwich. Oh, God. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, she's terrified. She's like, this guy with a hat and the glasses, and then this guy right over here looks kind of suspicious. She's like, get me the hell out of here. She's like, get me the hell out of here. Oh my God. Everyone's so miserable. Wait a minute. I just saw your twin. Your twin sister. It's in the first class and you're on the coach. She's in a first class. You're on the coach. I mean, in the coach, not on the coach. Don't get any ideas, all right? It's not like that. I'm not saying that you are on the coach. I'm saying you're in the coach. No, that's not what I said, ma'am. If you're implying some sexual innuendo, it's not true. I didn't say you were on the coach. I didn't say you were riding the coach. Well, kind of you are riding the coach because you're sitting on it. Ah, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, well, first class. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. All by herself. No one to bother her. Love it. That's why you pay for first class. Okay. Okay. That's why you pay extra. You get what you pay for. Listen, you get what you pay for. All right. Right, Ms. Lee? Ms. Lee? Ms. Lee? You get what you pay for, correct? Correct? You wouldn't know anything about that. What? What? What do you mean? Oh, you don't pay for anything? Everything gets gifted to you? Wow. Wow, Ms. Lee. Wow. Well, we still have a long way to go till we reach Colorado. Hold on. Well, we're not like super far away. I might have to try this plane again tomorrow on PlayStation VR 2, just to see if it's still wobbly. So when we go faster, it's wobbly. It wobbles when we go faster. So that's what's going on. So we shouldn't go faster. Yeah, well, Miss Lee, it's almost midnight and I have to go to bed soon. So we have to go faster. It's already midnight. Yeah, it's midnight. I don't even know if I can make this flight. I'm so sleepy. Deep learning super sampling performance mode certainly helps. Certainly helps. I was wondering if Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, is it possible to run Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on Nintendo Switch 2? I think it is. I think it's possible to run it in Nintendo Switch 2. Um, well, deep learning super sampling. It's a NVIDIA Tegra 2. They can use deep learning super sampling, 1920 by 1080. So yeah. Now, the graphics are not going to look that great. Okay, just for the record. But that's okay. The whole idea is to have um, this uh, this software, this flight simulator software from Microsoft, Asobo, to have it available to everyone. I think that's what the head of Asobo said. The German guy, I forgot his name. He said he wants this to be available to everyone. He has a German name. I forgot his German name. I can't remember it. He has a German accent, and he said he wants this to be available to everyone. And I agree. I would love to play this on Nintendo Switch too. People say, "But why?" I love options, dude. You see, here's what people don't understand about me. I love variety. I love options. I love options of playing this in VR, but I also love the option of playing it in ultra wide. And I also love the option of playing this on a PlayStation Portal for the same reason I would like to have the option to play it on Nintendo Switch 2, on a handheld Nintendo Switch 2, right? What if you're just someone who has Nintendo and you are on Nintendo ecosystem? For you, this would be amazing, you know. So yes, I love options, you know, and I'm pretty sure they'll bring it to Nintendo Switch 2. And once they bring it to Nintendo Switch 2, then this is like, well, this is already a global phenomenon. I mean, millions and millions and millions of people are using this software. Huge, enormous success. Asobo has with this. And don't forget, you can also play it on GeForce Now, xCloud, GeForce Now, now on PlayStation, PlayStation Portal, PlayStation VR 2, and of course PC. It all started on PC. And then in the future, I hope, in the future, I hope Nintendo Switch 2. And once they release this on Nintendo Switch 2, that's it. I mean, this is like the best flight simulator on the planet. So people will say, but what about X-Plane 12? X-Plane 12, it's a small company, okay? Founded by, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, guys. My brain's not working. I know how he looks like. He has a red hair. He has a mustache, glasses. He's a pilot, uh, private pilot. I forgot his name. Okay. Anyway, um, he's mainly focused on PC, like, and it's not just a PC, but his software X-Plane 12, it's because it's only designed for PC. Therefore, a lot of different airliner companies are using his software for uh, practicing. I'm not saying that you can't use Microsoft Flight Simulator, but the reason X-Plane 12 is there is because it's more reliable. You're not dependent on uh, the cloud rendering, right? X-Plane 12, it's all being rendered from a GPU and CPU. And so X-Plane 12, it's not in competition with Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I know You're probably going to say, what are you talking about, Mr. 4K? Of course they're in competition. No, they're not. Because what the X-Plane 12 is doing, it's totally different than what Microsoft Flight Simulator is doing. Microsoft Flight Simulator is trying to appease to everyone. They want to appeal to everyone, and they have. X-Plane 12, it's designed for a very niche um, community of pilots who are serious pilots, and they're using that software because it's so realistic. But X-Plane 12, it's also expensive. What do I mean by expensive? It's not the software that's expensive. It's the components that you will need to run that software. That's what makes it expensive. The game, it's what, $60, right? Um, I think it's $60. Software, it's you know cheaper than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Okay, $60. It's $10 cheaper uh, than Microsoft Flight Simulator because Microsoft Flight Simulator is $70. X-Plane 12 is what? 60. So, but that's just the software. The component to run that software are very expensive. You're going to need at least 50, 80, a lot of memory RAM, a really good CPU. So you need to invest into a really good PC, like a really good high-end PC. And then all the other components, ultra widescreen, triple monitors, and the instruments and the yoke, flight sticks, and all that other stuff. Uh, you know, Virtual reality. So the components are expensive. But you'll probably say, but isn't that true for the Microsoft Flight Simulator? Um, if you're on a PC, yes. If you're on a PC and you want that realistic experience on a PC, it will cost you a lot of money to run Microsoft Flight Simulator realistically, right? But here's the thing, you don't have to be on a PC. You see, that's the whole point of Microsoft Flight Simulator. You don't have to be on a PC. You could be on a PlayStation 5. You could be on Xbox Series X or Series S. You could be on a cloud through xCloud or GeForce Now. And if they release it on Nintendo Switch 2, then you'll be able to play it on Nintendo Switch 2 as well. So that's the difference between, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and X-Plane 12. And that's why they're not in competition. And it's true, they're not. They're not in competition. But that's a good thing. Well, again, this always goes back to what I was saying. Even though they're not in competition, because X-Plane 12 is doing their own thing, and Microsoft Flight Simulator is doing their own thing. The only difference is Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's dominating globally because there's more people using Microsoft Flight Simulator. But are they using it to become professional pilots, or are they using it just to fly around, screw around, and check the scenery, right? Are they using it just for fun? You see, that's the difference. Yeah, sure, there's a certain percentage that's treating Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 as a realistic simulator, and you can do that. But there's also a lot of people who are using Microsoft Flight Simulator just to, explore the world and walk around the world and just, fly around. While on the X-Plane 12, the niche community that they are surrounded by with the X-Plane 12, that niche community, it's a real pilot, real simulators community, and it's a small community, but it's a community of real pilots, and you better know your stuff because they'll know if you are enthusiast or not enthusiast because they'll ask you questions like, what this stands for, what this means, et cetera, et cetera. And you'd be like, what? So that's the difference between X-Plane 12 and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. But I love the fact that we have both of them. Okay. It's all about the choice. It's all about variety. The more variety, the more choices you have, the better. I'm all about more variety and more choices. The more choices you give me, the better. You know. Oh my God, Ms. Lee, what's going on? What's happening? Are we being abducted by aliens? What's happening over here? Are we okay? Yeah, we good. We good. The reason we're going so fast is because I want to get there quick to Denver. We're almost there. Ms. Lee, I have to be careful here because, Rocky Mountains high. I need to stay at the 20,000 feet because, you know, Rocky Mountain's high. This is so much smoother. Deep learning supersampling performance mode certainly helps. There's no question about it. Can we even have a better performance? Hold on. I think we can. Let me see. There we go. We can move the sharpening of fidelity FX down to like 90, 90. How about 80? Keep it down to 80. Let me see. AMD fidelity FX sharpening. Keep it at 80. 80, yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. Smooth as the butter. Look at this. Look at that. I can dance around, Ms. Lee. Smooth, very smooth. Yeah, this is great. This is what I want. You know, I want smooth experience. Especially on an ultra wide. That's why I left the Fidelity FX sharpening from AMD on the 80. Hey, my tablet is here. Dude, I've been looking for you. Can we also can we make this really fast? Um, let me tell you some. Keep that at low. Keep it at 40. Objects level of detail at 40. Oh, this is great. So much better. Better and smoother and faster. Well, what do you think, Ms. Lee? Yeah, this is great. Faster, better field of view. Performance is everything. Listen, what's the point of the graphics if you're like stuck at like 30 frames or 20 frames? Um, Performance is everything. This is why, PS5 Pro is there. Why do you think Mark Cerny made PS5 Pro? Um, because he knows that performance is everything. And that's what we want. We want the performance. I can't wait to buy PS5 Pro just to see like the performance on all these other games that are PS5 Pro enhanced, and they have so many PS5 Pro enhanced games, so many. Same thing with the Forza Horizon 6. I'll keep everything at medium settings with deep learning super sampling set to performance. because it's a racing game. I need speed. I need everything to be super fast and smooth. So, of course, 120 hertz refresh rate. Obviously, it's not going to be running. Well, it maybe it will. I don't know. I don't think my gaming laptop will be able to run the game at 120 FPS. But 60 FPS, yes, I can still use 120 hertz refresh rate, but remember, it's not going to be true 120 frames. It's going to be 120 hertz refresh rate, but 60 FPS is the core peak frame rate. But it will still look good. It will still look great. Can we do 120? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Can we do 120 here? Wait a minute. 120. What do you think? 120, huh? Oh Lord. This is even faster. 120. Oh Lord. Because this monitor is 120 hertz refresh rate. This ultra wide, it's 120. It is. This monitor, the Samsung monitor is 120 hertz, which is more than enough for an ultra wide. But this also gets me excited for what Asobo will be able to do with PS5 Pro, PSSSR 2, or as they like to call it, Pisser. Pisser. Wait a minute. Do they have a PSSSR 2? I heard there's a new update for PSSSR, PSSSR 2. That's what I heard. I think I saw it somewhere on the YouTube. Some guy was talking about it. That there is like an update version of PSSSR, PSSSR 2. And if Asobo can squeeze every ounce of juice out of PS5 Pro with PSSSR 2, then that's going to be amazing. Wait a minute, PlayStation VR 2 is a 90 hertz or 120 hertz? Can it go up to 120 hertz? That would be amazing. Imagine, yo, I mean, again, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure is it 120 hertz? Yo, dude, if they can do that and bring us a 120 hertz experience in VR, PlayStation VR 2 with Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's going to be amazing. That's just going to be bananas, right, Ms. Lee? It's going to be a bananas, bananas. All right, we almost to Denver, Denver, Colorado. We're almost there. And that's one of the reasons I want PS5 Pro. Yes, of course. The main reason is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and to see what Asobo will be able to do with PSSSR, or as some they call it now, PSSSR 2, with its latest new PSSSR 2 update, from what I understand. Um, and to see what they can do to make Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 even more immersive. Performance to me is very important, man. Fluidity, performance is the key, especially in the VR. When you are in the VR, well, it's not just the VR, but especially in the VR because you're moving around. So everything needs to be fluid and smooth. Um, so I can't wait to see what they're going to do with PS5 Pro version. Okay, Denver, Colorado. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're so close. We're so close. Hold on. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ms. Lee, what are you doing? Ms. Lee. I just noticed something. The plane is not wobbling as much like it used to. We're almost there. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it. It's almost 1 o'clock. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, can I make this flight? But I'm not one of those guys to give up and just quit. That's not my style. It's too bright, too bright. Bring it down a little bit. Hey, that's better. Too bright for my eyes. Perfect. Perfect alignment. This is what I wanted, to have a perfect alignment and lower the speed so that way when we get to the airport, I can, you know, land properly. Well, that's the idea, to land properly and safely. Properly and safely, especially at night. Oh, okay, that's better. I was looking for a map light there. Hold on, Ms. Lee. There you go. I can see you better now. See, that's better. Much better, Ms. Lee. Ms. Lee, she's a good co-pilot. She really is. She's very professional, very professional, like very, very professional. Right, Ms. Lee? You're a professional, right? Was that? Oh my God, Ms. Lee. Why are you so sensitive? But how? Wait a minute. That's a compliment. That's no. How is that disrespectful? No. Uh, How is it disrespectful? An insult? So wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a second, Ms. Lee. Just now. Wait a minute. You're smart, right? You're very clever. Are you trying to tell me if I tell somebody that they are professional, that's an insult? That's disrespectful? What angle? I'm not working any angles. What? You see, that's the problem. You assume. You see, there, Miss Lee, you assume too much. But that is the problem. And everything you assume about me, Miss Lee, it's wrong, 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 wrong. But that's the kind of relationship I have with my co-pilot. Sorry, guys. A very mutual relationship. Oh, should I say professional relationship? Yes. Oh, you just prefer mutual, no professional? Okay, so she said only mutual. Oh, okay. So what am I to you then? A mutual acquaintance? Wow, wow, just wow, wow. That's Ms. Lee for you, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Lee, that's right. One and only Ms. Lee. All right, are we there yet? Colorado, Rocky Mountains high, the Rocky Mountains high. All right, we are in. I think we are. I think we are in Denver already. Denver's a big city. No, we're not in Denver yet. I'm sorry, my bad. What's that? So what? I made a mistake, Ms. Lee. I'm not like a professional like you are, but at least I can admit when I made a mistake. You see, I'm a humble man. I can admit. No, we're not in Denver yet, but we're close to Denver. We're very close to Denver, but we're not there yet. How close? Well, close, very close. Ms. Lee, I'm telling you. Hey, Ms. Lee, what are you doing? Calm down. Here comes the wobbling again. VR, not VR. VR, we are, not VR, virtual reality. VR is in my mind. Virtual reality is in my mind. We are very close to Denver. Okay, we're almost there. We're so close. We're so close, Ms. Lee. Very close to Denver. So close. Look at that. We're so close to Denver. Here, look. I know it's turbulent, but you have to remember Rocky Mountains high, and also you have to remember we're going super fast. Why are we going super fast? Because I want to get there quick. Because it's 1 o'clock and I want to go to bed, sleep. That's why. Uh, what am I eating? Apple. Welcome to Denver, everyone. Welcome to Denver. Denver, the busiest airport in America, I believe. But why is the busiest? Because a lot of commercial domestic flights, they stop by Denver. It's like an intersection. They stop by there for to refuel or to, you know, to take a second flight to whichever destination it's going. Meaning, like from what I heard, a lot of pilots said that it's very rarely that you have a direct flight. Because most people they can't afford direct flights because it costs a lot of money. Sure, there's those who do have, but majority of traffic it's not a direct flight. So they have to stop by, Atlanta or Denver. So it's like it's either Atlanta or Denver. So Atlanta airport is very busy because I've seen flights where you know from Miami to Atlanta, then from Atlanta to Los Angeles. I've seen flights from Miami to Denver, and then from Denver to Los Angeles. So they'll make a stop. That's what I was told. But that's what makes like Denver so busy. It's because it's frequent stops that a lot of airplanes make at Denver. I don't like this zero visibility. It's not good. I'm worried. and it's raining. Oh my God, this is great. This is just what I needed. Jesus. Hold on. No, 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 no.
Boeing Golf, Mike Alpha 414, wind 252 at 8, clear touch and go. Left traffic runway 25 right. Boeing Golf, Mike Alpha 414, please acknowledge.
Now's not the time for me to acknowledge this shit. Oh,
Clear touch and go runway 25 right. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
ah, well.
Boeing Golf, Mike Alpha 414, contact
Damn
ground
it.
on 121.75.
Going to 121.75. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
Not the greatest landing, but I have to remember I was too tired, man. could barely see. Not the super greatest landing, but hey, we landed. You know, like I said, not the super greatest landing. It was a decent landing.
Denver ground, Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Taxi to the gate.
Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Taxi to Gate Bravo 25 using taxiway Delta 9er Delta Delta 5 Whiskey Bravo Bravo November. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414. Acknowledge last transmission.
Taxiing to gate Bravo 25 using taxiway Delta 9er Delta Delta 5 Whiskey Bravo Bravo November. Boeing Golf Mike Alpha 414.
Like I said, not the greatest landing, but hey, we landed. You have to remember, I'm tired. And plus it was cloudy and it was like very cloudy, overcast, a lot of clouds and rain. So I couldn't see really much. It was raining a little bit, so I couldn't see. And it's at night. I heard the raindrops as we were passing through that cloud. So yeah, you have to take into consideration. I'm tired. It's late at night. It's late in the morning, and it's too cloudy at night. Uh, Not a good visibility. You know, and it's at night with a lot of overcast clouds with rain, and visibility is not that great. And it's at night, so you know. There we go. You have to take that consideration, visibility. Let's be honest, visibility was not that great with all the clouds in Denver, over cloud, overcast clouds, very thick clouds, and then rain. And it's at night, and visibility with all these clouds very low. There's like a low clouds. They're not like a high clouds, like a very low clouds with not really good visibility. So, all right, jetways here. I mean, it's true. I mean, the clouds uh, were very thick and very low clouds, low altitude clouds, and then you know, can't see that well, especially during the night. And you got these very low clouds with thick layers of low clouds, low altitude clouds, and then as you're coming down, you're trying to determine, okay, where the airport is, and then you try and slow down, and then especially at night when visibility, it's not all that great, especially when you have very low altitude, thick, thick, thick clouds. But hey, I made it. That's two successful flights I did today. One was from Miami to Atlanta, and then this one from Los Angeles to Denver. Let me talk to the passengers really quick before they exit. I just want to talk to them. I want to thank thank you, thank all of you for thank you, thank all of you for being here, flying with Mr. 4K, especially all of you who paid for first class. I hope everything was great and satisfactory. especially for you, Miss. I hope, yes, especially for you, Miss. I hope everything was satisfactory. Even for you guys at the coach, I know it's kind of tight, you know. Everybody has to like stick to each other. It's kind of tight, I know, but you get what you pay for. But at least I hope you guys had a pleasant flight. This guy looks like, well, sorry, sir, that you didn't have a pleasant flight. I mean, you know, at least we landed, right? So, exactly. Thank you, ma'am. At least we landed. I know. Why is he so grumpy? Like, Jesus. So, all right. Okay, well, everyone, thank you for flying, and I will see you tomorrow for yet another flight, but it'll be in VR, of course. VR. I like this Boeing 737. It's starting to grow on me. It really is. The 737 MAX. It's starting to grow on me, and I really like it. And I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. And don't forget to check out my previous live stream, Medal of Honor. I'm not Medal of Honor. Uh, Medal of Honor. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Make sure you check that out. And also check out my other live stream that I did uh, in the afternoon yesterday. And then the one in the morning. The one in the morning, I had some issues with the PlayStation VR2 version, Microsoft Flight Simulator. It wasn't rendering, you know, from the data center. It wasn't rendering the global rendering. It wasn't rendering the textures, and the game froze. So I had some issues with that. And look, it happens. Look, here's the thing. When look, it's not like it happens all the time, but it happens. But when it happens, it sucks because you're planning for a flight. You're getting everything ready, and you're excited for your flight, and then you find out, well, you can't. But as long as a Sobo can keep those servers and data centers um, stable, so we can have a good experience, um, and I think they will. I think that's probably what they're trying to do, to invest a lot of money into data centers so they can have a really good global rendering for all of us who are using this software. And streaming. Look, cloud is the future. Streaming is the future, and even you seeing that here with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. But at the same time, the data centers for Microsoft Flight Simulator needs to be more reliable, so that way, you don't have the experience that I did uh, yesterday morning. Well, why don't you go watch that live stream and you'll see what happened. I was a little bit upset because I really wanted to, you know, do the whole cold and dark startup on the plane, and then I wanted to fly. Um, I forgot where I was going to fly. I can't remember exactly. Um, I think it was from Miami to Los Angeles, and then you know Or no, it wasn't. It was from Los Angeles to Seattle. I'm sorry. From Los Angeles to Seattle. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do this flight from Los Angeles to Seattle. And then the game, you know, rendering. Um, I mean, it was terrible. You should see the rendering. I took some photos on PlayStation 5. But anyway, go watch the live stream. Look, I understand. It's streaming and it will only get better. Okay. Um, so what I'm trying to say is, this is amazing experience when it works. But when it doesn't work, then it sucks. But I mean, if you look at Asobo and what they have achieved in the past 5 years, is truly remarkable. What they have achieved in 5 years, and excuse me, wait, 2020, 21. It's close to 6 years, right? 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. 6 years. And after 6 years, what they have achieved here is truly remarkable. You know, it's truly remarkable. All right. Well, hold on. Where's the battery? Hold on a second. Hold on. Just 1 second. Okay. All right. Finally. 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 Ms. Lee. Finally. We can go to bed. N That's not what I said. I said, finally, we can go to bed, separate beds. Yeah. I, well, if you want to sleep with me, you're more than welcome. If you want to share the bedroom, which I figured you wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, what I meant to say, we separate, going our separate hotel rooms. Yes. Oh, you want my hotel room to be as far away from yours? Wow, Miss Lee. What if I need some sugar? I need some coffee. Not your problem? Wow, Ms. Lee. I'm telling you. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to my hotel room. I'm gonna go to sleep and sleep. If you wanna join my bed, you're more than welcome. Okay? All right. All looks good here. Yeah, I doubt Ms. Lee will be sleeping with me. She misunderstood. She thought that we were going to sleep together in a same hotel room. No, what I meant to say, we are going to sleep. And what she meant was there is no we. There's just I and you. I don't care about you. That's what she said. And we have this wonderful relationship, like two acquaintances. Ms. Lee, you see, even right now, she's waiting for me to leave. You know, hi, Ms. Lee. She can't stand me. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to hotel. I Hey, would you mind giving me a ride? Oh, you can't? Hold on. Oh, here we go. I found myself a ride right here. All right. Found myself a ride right here. Okay, I'm gonna drive all the way to my hotel room. Anyway, Ms. Lee doesn't want to sleep in my hotel room. And she could save a lot of money. I'm just saying. Captain's discount. You know, I could give her a discount. She could save a lot of money, but whatever. Um, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope I hope it was entertaining. And like I said, it's already 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. So how long is the flight from Los Angeles to Denver? It's about 3 hours. And here we are, 2 o'clock. So this would be midnight Mountain Time, Denver time, midnight. Okay. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow with PlayStation VR 2. Okay. Um, where are we flying tomorrow? I don't know yet, but it will be somewhere that we haven't flown before. Okay. So it'll be somewhere that we haven't flown before. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. And have a good night or good morning. If you are in Europe, have a good morning. If you are here in America, have a good night.